To me, receiving this award tonight is really just an honor to be recognized alongside so many amazing women in Pittsburgh, and they've been such a role model to me and they've inspired me, and I really just want to be a leader in the community.
To receive this award, that we are not only being acknowledged and honored for the work that we do, but what's more important is that when people acknowledge the work that we do, they're also recognizing that our young ladies really do need our help.
Receiving this award, I mean, as a mom of 4 and a grandmother of 7 with number 8 on the way, receiving an award like this is wonderful because the organization does so much good. And it's an honor to be among other women and families who feel that this is an important issue for us.
I set out to define my core values, and my main core value is improving my community and repairing the world. And when I received the award of this recognition, I was so touched that my external manifestation that I really wanted to improve the community and help the community have been noticed and have been recognized. So I'm really thrilled.
First of all, I'm honored and I'm humbled. It's the passion, the babies, the moms, the families that I help, and I never, ever would have ever dreamt to be recognized with an award. It's more so the families and knowing that the babies are safe out there.
Receiving this award is probably one of the biggest honors of my professional career, as it signifies the recognition from my colleagues and comrades of action in the dedication, hard work, and agony that it has taken to engineer nursing and health profession programs that not only deliver excellence in education, but also create pathways for students to have second and sometimes third chances to reach the academic mark.
Receiving this award is such an honor, but what it really means is that our whole team is being honored, because without our whole team, I wouldn't be anything.
I'm honored to be receiving this award tonight, especially from a great organization. The Cribs for Kids knows what it means to make a difference in the lives of children and their well-being. So in my charitable work throughout the years, it really inspires me that women and others take the time to look up, get involved, dive in, and make a difference. And that difference that they make just truly makes a difference in the communities where we live and work. So I would say that receiving this award is just an honor of all that work that I've seen many women do, and I'm excited to be receiving it from this organization.
To receive this award, it means the world to me, mostly because it shows that my work doesn't go unnoticed, and it shows that you could work in a small community and you could advocate for the kids and the communities and the different organizations you're around. And I was nominated by a friend and coworker, and it shows that they really care and they see that my hard work, sleepless nights, really, isn't just for a paycheck, it's for the kids that I work with.
My advice for young women just starting out is to trust your guts, believe in yourself, and never make a big decision without sleeping on it first. I think that's really important. Sometimes you have a knee-jerk reaction and then you regret something you did or said, so always sleep on a big decision.
My advice for young women just starting out in their careers is to be a lifelong learner. That is one thing I always wish someone would have encouraged me to go back to school sooner. When I was 45, I got my master's degree, and 6 years later, I worked on my doctorate. And I think it's really important to always be learning. It's important to have a mentor. And you'll have many mentors over your life. You can have many mentors at the same time, and you always learn something and grow.
For young women starting out in their own careers, I would say as soon as you can, try to find ways to practice belonging to yourself, and practicing ways that you can really show up for yourself so that you can show up more authentically in the world and in your communities. The more that you're kind of in tune with how you feel and how you feel welcome, the more able you are to do that with other people.
The advice that I have for young women just starting out in their careers is to go for it. We live in a world that is changing, progressing, and advancing, so the road to the American dream has never been more attainable than now.
The advice that I have for young women starting out in their careers is to have courage and be kind, because everybody falls down and everybody makes mistakes, and no matter what you think, nobody has this figured out. No matter how strong they look, no matter how polished they are, no one has it figured out. And just have to keep moving forward, and no matter what happens, just keep getting back up, because we all fall down. I've fallen down more times than I can remember, and getting back up is the hard part. And even if you feel like you can't get up by yourself, I guarantee you there's people around you that will help you. So just keep getting back up, and no matter what, just be kind to those around you. There's not enough kindness in this world.
The advice I have for young women starting in their careers is to believe in themselves. There are a lot of forces out there, especially right now, that are pushing against us and our voices. The voices in our brains sometimes tell us that we can't do things, that we shouldn't try. And we've got to be able to believe in ourselves before anybody else can sometimes. So have that inner strength and listen to yourself and to your abilities.
The advice that I have for young women just starting out in their careers would be twofold. The first is that work is not school. We think in school that if I work really hard and I get good grades, then I get good results. And that works right at the beginning of our careers. But then the more we progress in our career, it's not just what you know, and it's not just the work that you do and the results that you deliver, it's also how visible your work is to others. So we've all heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I think that's a little bit different. I think it's not who you know, it's who knows you. So I think it's really important that as we do good work in the world and in our organizations, that we're also being really intentional, that that work is visible to folks who can be sponsors for us inside our organizations as well. So to not just focus on the results, but to also focus on building and sustaining a strategic network that can carry you throughout your career.
The woman that has inspired me the most is my grandmother. She was the strongest woman that I knew. She always made everybody feel like they were the most important person in the room, and she had just the most beautiful soul.
The woman that inspires me the most is my daughter, Sienna Bott, who passed away at 21 from an overdose. And she struggled with mental illness, and I'm so sorry. She struggled with mental illness and substance use disorder. And because of the stigma that she and our family faced is why we started our foundation. So everyone that's struggling, that has passed away, that is currently struggling, is somebody I admire, because the daily judgment that these people face and the daily struggles that they face in just trying to maintain any type of normalcy in life is so hard.
The woman who has inspired me tremendously is Viola Davis, and her biography, Finding Me, in which she chronicled her life journey to finding herself and really getting comfortable with her authentic self. It was so inspiring how she grew up, the journey she was on, the roadblocks she faced. And so I really feel like women who are willing to open up and share that can have the greatest impact on other women, and so she did that for me.
The woman who has inspired me the most, actually two women, is my mother and my sister Adrian. I've been blessed to be surrounded by amazing, strong Black women my entire life, and they have always just poured so much into me, uplifted me, made sure that anything that was in my way or anything I couldn't accomplish, they have just always made sure that I could accomplish that, and just have been amazing mentors. So I'm just so blessed to have a mom who does that for me, and also an older sister as well.
One woman who is continuously a role model to me is my mentor, Isabel Chikanoski. She's a student at Pitt. She's getting her PhD right now, and I work with her at the Vascular Bioengineering Lab. And she just saw so much potential in me, and she really taught me how to believe in myself and to also just take every single opportunity that I have to learn and to apply that later on in my life, because it will come around and it will prove to be helpful and resourceful.
The woman that has inspired
inspired me the most is Mommy because she works hard.
The woman that has inspired me the most is my mother, the late Commander Gwen Elliott. I cannot talk about any achievement that I have without talking about her. She is pretty much everything that I have aspired to be, and everything that I've achieved has been because of her. So she definitely instilled in me giving back to people, advocating for others, and she not just told me to do those things, I watched her. So that was a tremendous blessing for me to have a mentor and a mother like the late Commander Gwen Elliott.
The woman who inspired me the most is Ruth Bader Ginsburg because she always did what was right, no matter what other people thought of her, and she always helped those who needed help. And she just taught me that we should always just help each other and just don't care what other people think and always do the right thing.
My grandmother has inspired me the most, especially when it comes to me taking on the role of activism in Black maternity health, due to the fact my grandmother used to work at the hospital in Brooklyn, New York, taking care of the infants. And it was really premature babies that she was always tending to. And she stated throughout her whole career that was the most important thing for her, because she needed to make sure that those babies got the care and attention that they needed, when sometimes they were more so neglected because they weren't deemed as the big, healthy, jolly babies.